Hey everybody, DK here with Adventures in Dirt. So today I'm here to talk to you about the number one tool that I think any new detectorist should have in their arsenal. And why that's important is because a lot of times as a new detectorist, you're concentrating all your financial funds on your metal detector. Now, there are many other tools that are going to become important to you as you start in on this hobby. There's all kinds of things. We have headphones. Headphones come up. You're going to need some headphones. You can use little earbuds. You can over the ear, but to get a really nice pair, sometimes you're spending some money on that, and so you have to kind of consider that. Digging tools. Sometimes you know, what you just have laying around the house sometimes won't work. Sometimes it will. You know, you have digging tools like this lush knife, or you know, anything you have in your garage, or you know, if I get the target strong enough, I'll use a spoon. Pouches, you know, various pouches for carrying your stuff around. You know, of course, you have your metal detectors. You know, you got to have your metal detectors, of course, and that's your major cost. But I think the number one tool that you just cannot do without, and a lot of times you don't realize it until you get into it, is a pinpointer. Pinpointer to me has been the best tool I've used. I can dig with a number of different pieces of equipment, a number of different shovels, knives, and spades and trowels. Headphones, I can use a number of different things and really get by with it. But a pinpointer is really invaluable. It allows you to really dig down in and find exactly where your target is after you've pinpointed it with your metal detector or come to a general area. And to me, it's become an invaluable tool that I couldn't live without. But when I was beginning, I didn't know how much I would want to spend on one. So in the beginning, I bought something like this. I bought a pinpointer. It looks something like this. It's a little cheapy pinpointer, about $20 at Harbor Freight. And this is what I picked up. And you know, it'll work some of the time. You know, it'll get you close. It doesn't have that big of a range. And with this particular one, this button right here breaks all the time. As you can see, Barrett works half the time. It's already starting to go out on me. But I only had this for about a month, and then I quickly got rid of this and chose to save some money up and go for a little more expensive model, a pinpointer. Now, this video is not going to be about recommending what pinpointer you get. There are tons of excellent videos out there on YouTube regarding comparisons of all the top 5 pinpointers and tell you about all the different features or not. I end up going with the macro pointer. To me, this little thing is just perfect. Does everything I want it to do. It's got these removable tips on it, so it helps protect the pointer. It's got a dial up and dial down sensitivity feature that's real quick on the fly. You know, it's got a light, it's got vibrate and sound, and with this thing I can find targets very, very quickly going into the ground. Most pinpointers out there do detect on the sides as well, and you want that. If you're in a hole and you're down there and you've cut a plug and you stick this pinpointer down and you're trying to find what side of the hole it may be on, or if it's dead center, you want that detection out of the side. In my opinion, you can dial down the sensitivity, at least on this pinpointer, to kind of get closer so that you don't know if you're on this side of the hole or that side of the hole. It really hasn't become a problem or an issue regarding the sides. It's been more of a help than anything, especially tot lots or playgrounds or something like that. You can run it over the side of the ground and actually use that side sensitivity to help pinpoint a location instead of just going off your tip there. But yeah, pinpointer. The only drawback is they're expensive. This one I think was $130 or so versus this one that was $20. That was a big sticker shock, but worth every penny, worth every single penny. I know a lot of people use the Garrett Carrot, the orange one that you see out there a lot. Like I said, the new TRX from White's is a very popular one these days. The old black Garrett Pro Pointer is very popular. And I don't think it's a case of which one you get. as much as it is the fact that you just need to get something. And you need to allow for that in your budget when you're just getting into this sport, when you're just getting into this hobby. Not planning for that would be a big mistake. Like I said, headphones, you can spend up to a few $100s if you want. Wireless systems these days are very, very popular. Digging tools. Yeah, I spent a little bit of money on this Slush, and I love it, and it's worth every penny as far as I'm concerned. But I also have trowels, garden trowels, and spades that work just as well in certain soils. As far as pouches and stuff, you can find them. You can use whatever you want. A lot of people just shove stuff in their pocket. Some people carry on boxes. Other people have nail pouches that they get very, very, very inexpensive at the hardware stores. So, your financial investment into this hobby really starts with your metal detector. But as a beginner, pay attention to what kind of pinpointer you think you're going to want to get. I think that's very important for you to understand that and know that going in, and know what budget you have to set for that. Can you do it without a pinpointer? Absolutely, you can. But I have found that it has been the most invaluable tool that I have ever purchased in this sport. Research the pinpointers. I'll put some videos down below in the description of some of my favorite videos of pinpointer reviews and comparisons that I've seen, just to give you a hint. But think about it. Think about what's useful. Some are waterproof, some are not. So that may be something that's important to you. I don't know. Some have removable tips and stuff. Some people dip their pinpointers in solutions or plastic dip to kind of help protect them. Others, they all have different ranges of depth that they can be sensitive at. Some have tunable. Some of them have changeable sensitivity ratings. Some don't. I highly recommend ones that do, just because if you're into a hole and you're getting a very strong signal, you can dial it down just to kind of more fine tune it, find out exactly where in the hole that is. This increased my recovery speed from probably 10 minutes a target to less than a minute a target. I mean, it's been that dramatic. And when you're digging 30, 40, 50 targets at a session, when you go out, sometimes more, you really want to be able to get down in there and find those targets. The pinpointers really can allow you to do that. So, number one tool any metal detectorist should be thinking about: pinpointer, in my opinion, but a pinpointer. So, good luck, happy hunting out there, and be safe. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.